Okay, get them tomatoes and rotten eggs ready. I got my umbrella to fend them off because we about to fight. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc.com, coming to you with your no frills American Idol commentary from a singer. And today was the top 4 results show. Most of y'all called it, but I'm gonna tell you what happened anyway. We're gonna run right through it. We had a lot of filler today, so let's get right to it. In the pre-roll, we got a timeline of this week's contestants' itinerary leading up to the live show, and it was definitely a busy week. Could you handle it? We got to see more footage of the visit to the Children's Hospital Los Angeles and snippets of the performances for the kids and their families, and some of the kids even got to sing with the idols, and one little boy, he was kind of good, you know, and I think it was Angie. She was like surprised. She was like, some of them were good. Then the top 4 performed Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys, and Angie started out at the piano with the other 3 girls center stage, you know, back up center. And we got a lot of background singers, I mean, just like a choir, just like, you know, a madrigal group or something behind them. And Angie joined them for the chorus. And Amber really stood out on this one vocally. I really enjoyed her vocals more than everybody else's. The Ford Fiesta mission this week was to hang out with Ryan Seacrest, and he had them dashing all over the place, and they kept missing him, right? And when they finally caught up with them, it was 4 Ryans. I knew there was, he couldn't be that busy just being one person, right? And then they had to read from the teleprompter, and it's difficult. I'm trying right now. Like I wish I had a teleprompter that was right here so I could just read it like this. But you know, I got it off to the side. You know, I know y'all like that, right? Okay. Anyway, then we got 5 things in 20 seconds about the top 4, and all of them choked except for Amber. And finally, we got to some results. Ryan called Amber to center stage, and we got her clips and notes. Jimmy doesn't like MacArthur Park. We know that he does not like the song, and he thinks that Amber is in trouble. Then Ryan sent her back to her seat. Next, he called up Kree to stand up at her seat, and we got her clips and notes. And Jimmy said Kree didn't redeem herself last night after the first song, and she was picking bad songs. Next, we had Stephano Langone. He performed his new single, Yes to Love, and he's signed to Hollywood Records. Congratulations. He has a lot of personality, but I didn't feel like he sounded too much improved from his Idol days personally. His mid-range was still very nasal, though he did shine me when he went up into his higher range and when he did a little falsetto bit. The refrain of the song had a lot going on, but I wasn't really feeling the rest of the song. The judges all stood for him. Then more results. Ryan called Candice to center stage for her comments, and Jimmy said Candice played it safe this week, that she has a big voice and needs to protect it and concentrate on the competition. I don't know what this was all about, right? Okay? And then he repeated that he thinks Nikki is sweet on him. Then Drake sent Candice an audio message saying he was honored that she sang his song, but it was really him on the mic, and they opened the panels to reveal him on stage, and he went over to hug all the girls, and I just thought that was really great. He not only hugged Candice and him, but he went over, he said hi to a few fans, and then he went over to the girls to hug them, then came back center stage. They all followed him back center stage to stand behind him and gush and, you know, all that good stuff. But he just seems like a very nice, classy gentleman to me from just this little bit right here. Next up, DeWyze performed the first single off his new upcoming album. It's called Silver Lining, the song. And I was immediately surprised by the sound of the music during the intro because it was very country folk, and I didn't remember him being like this kind of country artist. Okay, and then it switched tempo and it gave me another start, another surprise. But that part reminded me a little bit of something. Did it remind you too? It reminded me of Philip Phillips' Home. And I was like, it was very, very close, a little too close for comfort in my opinion. The whole song altogether for me was very interesting, and he sounded pretty good and seemed to be really enjoying himself. And the judges didn't stand for him at all, none of them. They were barely clapping, you know. And I was like, what's that? It's a little drama going on right there. Okay, back to the results. Ryan didn't even ask Angie to stand for her highlights. She got to chill and sit. So Jimmy said Angie won the night hands down, and he also prefers her on the piano. Jessie J tweeted Angie that she loved her performance. Then Ryan formed 2 groups, the top 2 and the bottom 2. Didn't tell us which were which. He sent Amber to the far side and Angie to the near side. Then he said Kree to Angie and Candice to Amber. So we had Amber and Candice and Angie and Kree. Then we went to commercial naturally. Little suspense. So after 38 million votes counted, Ryan announced Candice and Amber were the bottom two, while Kree and Angie were safe. And my statistician got this right. Then it was announced that next week's theme is Now and Then. And then Ryan announced that no one is leaving. Big surprise, yeah, that was the big surprise. And they are all safe. But next week, the votes will be combined with this week to decide who goes home. Were you guys surprised by that? I wasn't surprised by it. The contestants were surprised by it. It didn't look like the judges were surprised by it. So yeah, there we go. Nobody goes home. But I am disturbed that Candice was in the bottom two. I really am. I know they're all great, but what do you think? What did you think of tonight's elimination show that didn't end up being an elimination? Tell me down in the comments. And let's just chat about it. What's going on? I don't even know. I don't even know where to. Let's chat about it in the comments. That's all I got to say. This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. I am out. Peace.